I mean, it's an honor to be compared to Victor Cruz, a guy that I looked up to. Now I'll be able to play with. But, yeah, I got to meet him for the first time yesterday.
What was it like?
It's like, man, I mean, I'm here. I didn't ever think I'd have that chance to meet him. But, it's just it's a dream come true pretty much.
Did he give you any quick advice?
No, he just told. It was just a brief meeting, real quick, and I just met him. He didn't give me any advice yet. He's gonna wait on that, I guess.
You seem to have been groomed for this. I mean, you were a football player young. You were around the Oklahoma facility, nonstop, even as a little kid. Do you sort of sense like this was, where you were destined to be? And was this always your goal?
Yeah, I mean, always. Just as a little kid, being around the game so much, being around my dad, who later turned into a coach, and my uncle's playing. Yeah, football is just we breathe football in my family, so it's definitely my calling.
Your number selection, how much did that go? I mean, I see your dad wore 87 also in Dallas. How much did that go into it, and was that the reason behind it for you?
I didn't actually get to pick it. This is what they gave me, but I guess it was a coincidence that, it's my dad's number. So I kind of wanted something in the teens, but I guess I'll just rock with it. It happened, and I think I'll just rock with 87.
How much do you think you can contribute immediately? I mean, obviously you've just been running around here one day, but a lot of times rookie receivers have a hard time acclimating. You played 4 years. Do you think that will help you, and do you think you can acclimate pretty quickly and contribute as a rookie?
I definitely think I can. I was able to do that coming out of high school and playing in college. I know this is a different level, but I believe I can contribute as soon as I step in here. But I'll just have to show the coaches that, and they'll make that final decision.
I think the Jerry Reese was talking about, he said, you're not big, but you play big. I mean, how do you play big?
I would honestly say because of the weight room. That's a big thing for me. I stay in the weight room. You're going to have bigger corners that are going to play press coverage in this league, and you have to learn how to deal with it. So that's been a major key to my success, is being in the weight room and just constantly running routes on air and things like that.
Have you heard all the way up through the line, you're a little short?
All the time. I hear that all the time. Yeah, I'm always I'm always being told that I'm too short. So that gives me a little bit more motivation, and gives me motivation to play big.
When is the first time you're a legitimate 5'10"? You say that?
Yeah, 5'10". For sure.
Did you get in touch with Odell at all? I know you said you're friends with Kenny Stills, and who he's obviously friends with. Did you hear from him at all, or did you get a chance to really speak to him even before you got here?
No, not before I got here. Sorry about that. Victor Cruz and Odell, I both saw them at the same time walking into the building yesterday, so that was the first time I saw them.
They didn't call you short, did they?
They didn't call me short. No, we're all kind of the same size.
That's got to be comforting.
Yeah.
Right? You could have 6'4", 6'5" guys you have to play with.
No, seriously. I mean, you have guys the same size as you, and then you see them making plays every week. So why can't you make plays every week?
Still, are you aware that since you've been drafted here, a lot of people, experts, national, local, regional, are all touting you as maybe the most explosive player of the Giants drafted, the guy with the biggest upside. They put a lot of heat on you, a lot of pressure on you. You don't seem like the kind of guy who feels pressure. Am I reading this right or wrong?
Yeah, no, I mean, I really don't. It's going to be what it's going to be. I'm coming in here ready to work, and I've been in so many pressure situations in my life. I think it just kind of comes natural to overcome them, and the comparisons are going to come. They came in high school to college, so they're always going to come, but you just have to deal with them. I've done a good job of that so far, so I just got to keep going.
You feel you could have been drafted anywhere. How do you feel you and New York will be a good relationship? The big city, New York, New Jersey area.
Yeah, I hope so. This is my first time around here, so I haven't really gotten to see much. I've just been in the facility, but I believe it can be, and I believe it will be.
What do you imagine, football-wise, on the field being the biggest transition for you? Have you talked to guys maybe that gave you advice on what you're going to have to really work at?
Not much. Like I said, it was just a brief meeting with Victor and Odell, but I think the biggest thing for me is going to be just the speed of the game. Once I get the speed of the game down, I'll be adjusted. I feel like that's the big thing. Like from high school to college, it was the speed of the game. Then I heard some pros say it on TV. That was the biggest adjustment for them. So that's what I'm prepared for.
So you look forward maybe a little bit here, and then more so in training camp. You and the first round pick kind of lining up and testing yourselves. It's going to be a mano-mano kind of thing.
No, yeah, that'd be fun. I mean, I don't think we're doing much one-on-ones here or anything of that nature, but we'll definitely get after it. I mean, we're going to compete with each other. We're teammates, but we're going to compete.
He's tall.
Getting on the same page with the other Eli, is that simply a matter of, you run the routes and you expect him to deliver the ball?
Just getting on the same page?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that'll come along in practice, though, I believe. Routes on air, we do that session, and then 7-on-7 as well. I feel like that just kind of comes naturally throughout practice.
You've had experience running the entire route tree, am I correct?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Do you feel that that's kind of helped you make this leap?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of receivers that were drafted and played for other teams that had an offense where, it was a track meet. It was go balls and just hitches and stuff like that. So I believe the system that we played at Oklahoma, that Coach Riley had us playing, definitely helped me out with my adjustment to the NFL.
Sterling, did Eli give you any advice when you met with him yesterday?
Not much. I mean, he just told me to get in the playbook pretty much, and that's what I'm doing. Last night I was in it for a while, and this morning as well.
Yesterday was the first time you met him?
Yesterday, yeah, first time. I had talked to him right after I got drafted the next day. But, yeah, the first time meeting him was face-to-face was yesterday.
I mean, how was that? I know it was brief and quick, but he's Eli Manning, and
Right.
You're a rookie. How was that?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it was a dream come true. I've been looking at him on TV since I was in high school, so to be able to meet him face-to-face and, get some insight from him, it's a dream come true.
How did you spend the draft weekend? Was that something you were watching? And, were you surprised to hear from the Giants? Was that the first time you heard from them, or did you hear from them throughout the process?
Yeah, so my family and I and a few friends, we rented out a place downtown, and, that was the first time I've actually really heard from him. I think I met with him at the Combine, but it was just brief. But, yeah, I hadn't heard much from him or anything like that. It was just kind of like I got a call, and I showed my agent. He told me the area code was New York. I was like, New York? But, it's kind of happened that way.
A couple more questions.
You think they kind of slow played you a little bit? Kind of kept a little secret that they were interested?
Yeah, I think so. I think they kind of keep it under the radar. I think a lot of teams just try to keep it under the radar. It's like a poker game pretty much. They don't want to show their hand. And I was talking to a lot of the other guys, a lot of other draft picks, and they said they didn't know either. So I guess that's how New York handles their business.
Where did you think you were going to go? I mean, obviously, you're trying to read tea leaves.
No, I had a number of places I thought I could go, but I didn't know where I was going to go. Yeah.
Were most of them at the beginning of the second round, or were you thinking maybe it would be earlier or later?
I thought maybe the first, but, I had been hearing generally like the second round, beginning of the second, which is where I went. So, everything was pretty true.
How did it feel to sit down and sign your contract today?
Felt good. It felt like a relief. This whole process has been a lot at times, but finally get that out of the way, and now it's just on to football. It's been what I've been looking forward to.
Were you stressed? Now obviously it's changed in the league. Rookie contracts are done a lot quicker than what they have been in the past. Were you coming here thinking that it was going to get done as quickly as it did?
With the contract?
Yeah.
Yeah, rookie contracts aren't too complex, I guess you'd say, and it was easy. It was literally took me about 10 minutes.